Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry there was no upload yesterday, it was quite busy and I ended up having to take my girlfriend to the ER for what is likely CHS. So, pray for her to be able to continue smoking weed and to get some relief from any symptoms she may have in the future. Anywho, I'm your boy Numbskull, and today I thought we'd make another entry in the flip files and cover counter flipping. This is a combination I have a ton of experience with and am very familiar, and a video I've been wanting to make for quite some time. It's quite the unique experience, to say the least. This video is dedicated to the late Paul the Alien. Rest in peace, brother. I hope you're enjoying the hell out of heaven. Let's get into this hoe. Counter flipping is the combination of DXM and diphenhydramine, or DPH. This flip exists in a strange space between dissociation, sedation, and delirium, and it's one of the more controversial combinations people talk about because it fundamentally changes how both substances behave. On their own, DXM and DPH already have complicated pharmacology and reputations. DXM is a dissociative with stimulant and serotonergic properties. Depending on dose and individual metabolism, it can produce dissociation, altered body perception, closed eye imagery, time distortion, and a very internal headspace. It can also cause nausea, itching, restlessness, and a kind of robotic physical discomfort that a lot of people dislike. Some like it though. DPH is a first-generation antihistamine with strong anticholinergic effects. At higher doses, it crosses the line from sedation into delirium. That can mean dreamlike confusion, shadowy visuals, memory gaps, and impaired judgment. It also comes with physical side effects like dry mouth, elevated heart rate, urinary retention, and cognitive fog. Counter flipping doesn't just stack these effects, it reshapes them entirely. One of the reasons people combine DXM and DPH is that each substance suppresses some of the other's most common negatives. DPH's antihistamine action can significantly reduce DXM-related itching and nausea. Its sedating effects can blunt DXM's jittery, overstimulated edge. At the same time, DXM can pull the DPH experience away from pure delirium and into something more internally immersive and dissociative. The result is often described as smoother, heavier, and more dreamlike than either drug alone, and substantially more hallucinogenic. Mentally, counter flipping tends to feel less speedy and more submerged. Thoughts can slow down. The sense of being inside your head becomes quite strong. Closed eye imagery often becomes more vivid, sometimes blending dissociative visuals with hypnagogic, almost dream-logic scenes. For some people, this feels controlled compared to DPH alone. For others, feels disorienting in a different way. Physically, the combination usually feels more sedating than stimulating. Body load can still be present, but it often shifts from restless discomfort to heaviness and stillness. That change is a big part of why people say the flip fixes certain downsides of DXM while intensifying the parts they actually want. Same with diphenhydramine. But this is also where the risks become more serious. DXM and DPH both stress the nervous system, just in different ways. DXM affects serotonin, NMDA receptors, and adrenergic systems. DPH blocks acetylcholine and adds anticholinergic toxicity. When combined, the body is managing multiple competing signals at once, which increases strain on the heart, brain, and temperature regulation. There is also a very important ceiling that should not be crossed. Going over roughly 300 mg of DXM combined with 300 mg of DPH dramatically increases the risk of dangerous outcomes without improving the experience all too well. Above that range, the likelihood of delirium, tachycardia, overheating, confusion, and loss of motor control rises sharply. That isn't about tolerance or experience level, it's about how the body processes these compounds together. Another risk is cognitive impairment. DPH is notorious for causing memory gaps and impaired judgment. DXM can already distort perception and decision making. Together, they can make it difficult to recognize when something is going wrong. People may feel calm or detached, while their body is under significant stress. Delirium is also a real concern. Even though DXM can soften the edge of DPH's delirious effects, it does not eliminate them. Confusion, false perceptions, and dream-reality blending can still occur, especially in darker or quieter environments. These effects are not the same as psychedelic visuals and should not be treated as such. There is also the cardiovascular side to consider. Both substances can raise heart rate. DPH can affect cardiac conduction at higher doses. Mixing them increases the chance of palpitations or rhythm disturbances, particularly in people with underlying heart issues or electrolyte imbalances. Force S is one thing in particular to watch out for. Despite all of this, counterflipping continues to exist because the experience is genuinely different from either substance alone. People often describe it as more cohesive, more immersive, and less physically irritating than DXM or DPH by themselves, while being more structured and dissociative than diphenhydramine alone. The negatives don't disappear, but they can cancel each other out in specific ways, while the positives stack and morph into something new. That doesn't make it safe, it makes it distinct. Counterflipping is a reminder that drug combinations aren't simple math. Two substances can dampen each other's flaws while amplifying risks that aren't obvious in isolation. The experience can feel smoother even as the physiological load increases. Understanding that contradiction is the key to understanding counterflipping itself. It is not just DXM plus DPH. It's a chemically altered state different from either alone, with its own rules, its own dangers, and its own appeal. And like every flip in this series, what matters most isn't just what the experience promises, but what it quietly demands in return. I hope I could help you all a bit in this one, and I will probably make a substance safety video on this combination, and a couple of other combinations, been considering that. If you enjoyed or learned something useful, a like and a subscribe would be phenomenal. Or a follow if you're on TikTok, although if you are, I urge you to check out my YouTube. You won't regret it. Lots of unique stuff over there. And turn on those post notifications during your stay so you don't miss out on anything new I post. If there's anything you want covered in particular, or any requests to make, really, just do let me know in the comments. And if you have a story you want to share with us all and have me read on the channel, don't hesitate to send it in to me. I take submissions via Instagram and Facebook, although if you don't have either of those or simply can't be bothered, TikTok DMs will work just fine too. Stay frosty, stay curious, and as always, stay safe out there. And with that, I will of course see all of you in the next one. Peace!